Hi, friends. I'm Echo Lee. This is the Spooky2 QA Live, Episode 4. Spooky2 QA Live is a program that answers your questions in Spooky2, Rife, frequency research, alternative health, and any other interesting topics. During each episode, I will first spend some time introducing news that happened in Spooky2 in the previous week, keeping our lovely users updated. After that, I will answer some pre-selected questions, and then I will answer the live questions. This is the episode 4, and I've given the name Spooky2 QA Live a lot of thought. I just don't feel it's me. QA Live sounds so formal, so serious, and so technical, and I should be fun, casual, and the opposite of being technical. So I'm thinking that maybe we should change the name to be Spooky2 Coffee Time. I know some of you are listening, and we've discussed this before. You may not like my idea, but I really think a name is very important. I always have difficulty in saying the name Spooky2 QA Live. I think if it's some program I'm doing, it should be something I'm expecting, something I'm looking forward to every week. If the name is Spooky2 Coffee Time, it would be so much fun and relaxing, and anyone who enjoys coffee can join me. So please let me know your opinion, and I would really love to hear the opinion from our friends, our audience, because I really feel that I should be doing something I am passionate about. Okay, share. What happened last week? We and some of our girls and us, we went to the Nanjing Orphanage. And this is a Nanjing Orphanage. You can see it's very foggy. It was 10 o'clock in the morning, but it's very dark because Nanjing is having one of the heaviest fog. And it's very dark now. And this is Social Welfare Institute. That's the thing we brought to the institute to help the children. What is the difference between an orphanage and a social welfare institute? I heard that when the children are younger than 18 years old, they would be kept in the orphanage. And when they're in the orphanage, they will be taken very good care of. And the orphanage will also spend a lot of time in the rehabilitation for the children. These children are abandoned because they have some physical problems and mental problems. Most of them are physically or mentally handicapped. And they would spend a lot of time and efforts to help the children to get rehabilitation and trying to find the families to adopt these babies. But if they can't find any families to adopt these babies, when they grow up to 18 years old, they would be sent to this place. It's called a Social Welfare Institute. And the sad story is, when they are sent to the Social Welfare Institute, they will not be able to get out of it. I heard that the oldest is already more than 70 years old, and he has spent his whole life in it. And only in this institute, there are several hundreds of people. older than 18 years old, waiting for their lives to end, and nothing else they can do. It was very sad. On the way back to the office, I was talking with our girls, and I asked them, what would you do if you have a if you know that you are going to have a baby that will be handicapped physically or mentally? And I some of them told me that maybe they would have abortion. You know, I know that these people in both places are taken very good care of physically, but what they need is not just this. They also need love, and they also need a life, not just a living, also a life. So I would really want to hear your opinions. What can be done first? What can we done? What can we do for these people? Not just sending some food or necessities. We want to really help them. And what can we do to stop the course of this? Because from what I've known, if new parents have handicapped babies, they would freak out and they would abandon these babies. So how can we stop? What can we do to avoid having handicapped babies? I know that except for the cause of genetic inheritance, there are also many other causes that we can do something about it. If we know what are the causes and what we can do to avoid it, maybe we can do some training, or we can raise the awareness for the new parents, for the future parents. And what can be done if they do have handicapped babies? Like what kind of support they can get so that they do not freak out. They do not just throw away their babies, just abandon their babies, because that's many lives, valuable lives abandoned. I I know I know I want to do something about it, but I don't know how to do it. So anyone who is watching this video, please let me know your opinion. And you know, there are so many things we can do together. Last week, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, Sam's group has started a promotion called Share Your Story and Win a Special Bonus. What are you thankful for? Who are you thankful to? Why are you thankful? You can share your story with us at our Facebook group, Spooky2 Rife Life, or you can send email to team@spooky2-mo.com. We will send a special gift to all who share stories with us. And for the most touching story, we will send a surprising gift. What is a surprising gift? It is a GeneratorX remote kit so that you can use it for yourself, for your families, for your friends, and you can use it to help many other people. We have received already some stories, and I'm going to share 3 of them with you today. This is a story shared by our friend Robin Werner. Robin must be a very good storyteller. Once upon a time, there was this little girl that got a big fright. This and the open mouth breathing caused her to acquire asthma. Years went by with no allopathic help and much confusion. They filled her body up with cortisone and other evils from the pharma mafia. Years went by. Then one sunny day, she made me a good holistic doctor of Chinese medicine, amongst others. We did the Buteyko system breathing, acupuncture, focused on emotional clearing to only find a little hope. Then one day, I came across Spooky2 Rife, and was I excited. I think we overdid the scanning and plasma caused a Herxheimer reaction was the beast. The die-off symptoms manifested as an itching rash all over the body. Lungs and skin are connected since we breathe through the skin. This rash went on for 6 months, which, although a damn nuisance, was worth every itch. As now her lungs, with the Spooky2 treatments, are as good as new. Remember, the things of the past will detox through every orifice you possess. Although I have owned the Rife technologies in the past, this one beats them all. Thank you so much, Robin. This is a very good story, and I'm happy for the girl. And I'm happy for thank you for what you are doing for this girl. Story from Marie Gifkins. I'm so very grateful to Spooky2 and all that work so tirelessly to help us keep well. I have only been able to afford an XM generator so far, but what a beauty! It's been working so hard for my husband and myself. Husband has shingles in most joints, sometimes migraines and bowel pain from the virus. A lot of pain. We had some relief from change of diet, supplements, and essential oils. That gave a lot of pain relief. But the virus was strong and kept returning until Spooky2 and the killing program. Such a big change within 2 weeks. I had amazing changes with running black mold for my citric acid allergy. Also bladder nerve feeling improvement by running a E. coli program. I have been learning a lot from playing with it. The remote terrain program is running for my son and wife in Sydney, 2,550 kilometers away. I have their fingernails. How cool is this? Even my cat, Booba, of 19 years old, wow, has had a turn with killing program fleas. She left 3 of her nails near Spooky2 generator. I got a message. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much from the story of Marie Gifkins. I'm happy for your family. And I hope that this story would also give some hint for people with the same or similar problem. Like running a black mold program would help a lot, and also Terrain protocol. And we also noticed that not only she was doing Spooky2 treatment, getting rid of the course is also very important. So change of diet and taking some supplements or essential oils that would also help a lot. Story from young Luke. I'm a French speaker and my English is not as good as it was. I would express my gratitude and thankfulness for the spirit of Spooky2 giving the opportunity for all sentient beings to cure themselves, thanks to cheap but efficient materials. I'm thankful for the free videos, summer programs, and many other things offered. Those are invaluable gifts. I got rid of prostate cancer since 3 months with contact, BFB, remote Rife frequencies, and scalar waves, essential oil, Rife frequencies, etc. And the result is wonderful. No more pain, no need to urinate at night, a global better health, and avoid the prostatectomy. It's not finished, but on the right track to be completely treated. Thank you, Jean. I hope you have a fast and full recovery. I know that it's not so easy when you have some serious diseases, but you are very strong. Thank you so much. Okay, the next part is Q&A. Today we will talk about GeneratorX and XM generator. I know that many times when people come to us, they would ask us several questions like, if I have a GeneratorX, will I still need the XM generator? Or what are the differences between GeneratorX and XM generator? Is GeneratorX much better than XM generator? Or yeah, many questions. So today I would like to talk about the differences and how to choose between GeneratorX and XM generator. What are the differences between XM generator and GeneratorX? First, I would like to show for those people who do not know what is an XM generator and what is an GeneratorX. This is our XM generator. And you can see that, although there are 4 outputs, but only these 2 puts are used. So it is a 2 output generator. And this is our GeneratorX. It has just been released early this year. It was released January, I think, January 2018. And you can see that there are, really don't know how to use, there are 4 outputs, and it's actually 2 separate generators. The frequency range for XM generator is 0 to 5 megahertz, and the frequency range for GeneratorX is 0 to 40 megahertz. Most diseases frequencies are actually under 3 megahertz. So although there is a big difference between the frequency range between XM generator, sorry. Although there is a big difference between XM generator and GeneratorX frequency range, it's not so different when it comes to treatment because most diseases frequencies are under 3 megahertz, and most of the generators you can find, frequency generators you can find in the market can only go up to 1 megahertz. So XM generator is still very powerful and it can still pretty much all of the work. When XM generator is connected to Spooky2 software, it can go up to 25 megahertz actually, but the waveform would not be so perfect. With XM generator, you can with both generators, you can do biofeedback scan, but the working theory for both generators, for these 2 generators are different. Because XM generator does not have an BFB scan function embedded, it can only be connected with the Spooky Pulse to do the biofeedback scan. And Spooky Pulse, you can see here. You can see that this is a Spooky Pulse and this is the XM generator. Here, with 10 pads connected to XM generator, 1 10 pad would go to the right wrist, right wrist, and another tense pad would go to the left ankle of our body. Here you can use either ear clip or finger clip. The ear clip or finger clip is measuring our heartbeat. So Spooky Pulse biofeedback scan is actually measuring the body response. Our body would tell us when it feels relaxing, when it is relaxing and when it is nervous. So with Spooky Pulse biofeedback scan, you will be able to find both healing and killing frequencies. You can use the healing frequencies, you can use them for the treatment later on. Spooky2 GeneratorX can also be connected with, can also do pulse biofeedback scan. At this moment, it is not using the embedded biofeedback scan function. It is using the function from the scan function from Spooky Pulse. When it is when it is used with Spooky Pulse, XM generator and GeneratorX are exactly the same for biofeedback scan. However, Spooky2 GeneratorX, it also has biofeedback scan function embedded. And that part is actually very, very difficult when we were designing this generator. It took a lot of time, and this is the world's first. Before Spooky2 GeneratorX, the similar biofeedback scan function can only be accessed in some labs, and it is very, very expensive. But Spooky GeneratorX is offering this function to the public. With the embedded scan function, you can use it. You can use the contact scan that is still connected with TENS pads. You put rather than put TENS pads at right wrist or and the left ankle. Now you put those TENS pads across the problem area. Like if you have a pen in your arm, you would put those two TENS pads across the pen area as close as possible, because that is when you have the least noise. Why it's called a GeneratorX fast scan? Because it only takes about 6.5 minutes. And for the first time, I feel that biofeedback scan is becoming fun, because every day when I come back, I can just lie down in bed and ask, Jay to do a scan for me. And after 6.5 minutes, I can get up and check the results and see whether there is any difference between today and yesterday, and whether there is any improvement. So it has become so much fun. And if there's some place I don't feel comfortable, I feel a little bit pain, I would put across the pain area, and I would it would help me analyze what problem it is. With pulse scan, it takes about 1 hour, and you can't, when you lie down, you can't do anything, and you can't move your arms, your legs. When you feel itchy, you can't scratch it. But now it's okay. You can still do your work, or you can choose to lie down for just 6.5 minutes. And the GeneratorX can also be connected with the sample digitizer. Do a sample digitizer scan. That's when you analyze what pathogens are in your mucus, in your blood, in your urine, and so do some sample scan. It is very accurate. It takes a little bit long, but because you don't have to be wired to the GeneratorX, it's not a pain at all. And for those people who know that Spooky2 also have Spooky2 Scalar, And you may also know that we have just released a Spooky2 Scalar Digitizer Scan. And this Spooky2 Scalar Digitizer Scan can only be connected with GeneratorX to do a scan using the scalar field. XM generator cannot be used standalone, and the GeneratorX can be used standalone. So what is standalone? It's when you can, you do not have to connect your generator to a computer or Spooky2 software. You can directly download or copy the programs from Spooky2 software to GeneratorX, and then you bring your GeneratorX with you. So you can do a treatment for yourself at any time. It's very convenient. For me, many people ask that if I already have a GeneratorX, do I still have XM generator? I can't decide for you, but in my case, I always have many XM generators running at home 724, and I would always have one GeneratorX with me in the room, or if I travel, I would bring one GeneratorX with me. So when I come back after work, I can do scan for myself, and I can also directly do a contact treatment using the scan results, or use an XM generator to do a remote treatment for myself using the results. Or if I travel, because I travel a lot, I would bring a GeneratorX with me. It offers more capabilities, more possibilities. I also have one in my parents' place because I do not go back to my parents' place very often. I ask my cousin to do a scan for my parents every week. Normally, not one scan, several scans. If we mentioned that with Spooky Pulse, you can find the what's happening in your body, but with GeneratorX, you can find it's a local scan. But if you want to find out what pathogens are in your body, you can put test pads across your tummy area, because that's where most of the pathogens stay. So I would ask my cousin to put test pads across my mommy's tummy and do a scan. And also because my mommy has some digestive tract problem, not breathing tract problem. So I also asked ask my cousin to do a scan across my mommy's lungs, and send the results to me so I can do the treatment in my place. Or if they have had some new problems, feel uncomfortable in some areas, I would ask my cousin to do the scan across the problem area. It's so much easy, and now I don't have to go back to my parents' place every week, and I still can do treatment for them. And if they feel sick, I can help them. I feel that I can do something for them. We mentioned that Spooky Pulse is measuring the body response. But GeneratorX is measuring the signal response. Our body is not able to tell how it feels to GeneratorX, so you can only use the frequencies for killing. You can only find the killing frequencies, but it's still very good. I heard that there are some questions coming inside. Is it? Oh, I'm sorry. It's no. Um, Are two XM generators the same as one GeneratorX? Do I still need XM generator if I have a GeneratorX? It's true that GeneratorX contains two XM generators, but each one has more capabilities and higher specifications than the XM. However, the XM generator is a very capable generator, which is fast and accurate. The XM and GeneratorX are operated the same when it comes to running frequency applications. Whatever you can wire to the GeneratorX, you can wire to the XM, including contact, remote, plasma, cold laser, PMF, etc. If you want to run standalone, you can only use GeneratorX because GeneratorX can store 30 programs. XM and the GeneratorX both have similar effectiveness for treatments. If your budget does not allow for multiple GeneratorX, having at least one opens the door to the new features. The XM generator is still the most affordable way to expand your rig for simultaneous frequency applications. GeneratorX is very powerful, it's very convenient, but XM generators has similar effectiveness. So I promise to our users, because sometimes our users are asking, now you have GeneratorX, will you still sell XM generator? Yes, for sure. We will keep selling XM generator because it's very, very cheap and it's still very powerful. And it does most things GeneratorX does. So yeah, we will keep selling it. And if you do want some of the new features from GeneratorX, you can get just one GeneratorX. And when we were designing GeneratorX, we were thinking that if we have two generators together, like what GeneratorX does now, it has two GeneratorX and it has two generators together. You can do one for treatment and another one for detoxing. So that's why we put two generators into one, and you can still get several XM generators to do the same thing. You can use one to do detox, one for healing, one for killing, and another one for maybe pain relief or any other problems you have. So and it can be run as 724. It is still very, very good. Will I get any benefit from running Spooky Central Plasma with GeneratorX instead of the XM generator? Now we have just mentioned that Spooky2 XM generator frequency ranges from 0 to 5 megahertz, and the GeneratorX is from 0 to 40 megahertz. Spooky Central or Plasma frequency range, operation range is 10K or 100K megahertz to 3.5 megahertz. The running frequency range is within both generators, so there's no difference at all if you only use, how do you say, keep it if you connect it with Spooky software. But the only advantage is that you can download or you can copy the program into GeneratorX and then directly use GeneratorX to drive Spooky Central or Plasma without being connected with Spooky2 software. That is the only advantage. I didn't get, I'm not sure whether it's my phone or what, because my phone died. I'm complaining about my phone. My phone has died about 1 or 2 weeks, but I still haven't got time to get a new phone or get it repaired. I haven't received any message from Sam, so I would think that I haven't got any questions for today. But I do want to hear about your suggestions, your opinions. Um, First, the name of this program, and the second is how we can help, what we can help, what we can do to help those children, those handicapped children. First, avoiding, raise the awareness for the new mummies, for the new parents, that what they can do to avoid having a handicapped baby. And what if they do have a handicapped baby, what they can do, what support they can get. And the third is for those already abandoned babies, what we can do to help them, not just physically, like emotionally, or how can we help them get back to the society, not making them feel that they just come to this world to be taken care of by other people. They also want to realize something. They also want to make some difference to this world. Thank you so much for watching this video. I look forward to meeting you next week. Thank you. Bye.